booking a staircase comedy. If somebody calls you in the morning and wants you to do a Facebook post, you don't have to pick up the phone, man. You can just stand there by the phone and just pretend to call, pretend to be there. You ever done that? You ever just pretend, wait for the phone to start ringing? If you pretend for a long enough time, you'll believe it. You'll say, I really was busy, man. I was busy standing there, waiting for the phone to get off. I was waiting for the phone. I didn't even know that the phone was there in my imagination somewhere. I knew the phone was there, but I was pretending I didn't know. So I was just getting into the pretending so that you know I was pretending. Now that I know that you know I was pretending. So the phone call, I didn't get it. I didn't get the phone call. You see what I'm saying? And you go through that because you don't want to pick up the phone. If you know who is, if it's the Facebook caller, don't pick up the phone. Just keep the phone silent. You don't even have to press the button where it says can't talk, text me. Don't even press that. Don't even press the button at all. Just don't even pick up the Facebook caller. Don't even pick up the Facebook caller, man. Because they're just calling for Facebook. They're not calling for anything else. Somebody's calling me for Facebook. Do I need to pick up the phone? Oh, no, I'm pretending. Picking up the phone for the Facebook caller? No. That's not why I would pick up the phone. If you have a garment where there's earwax on the garment, don't go anywhere. Don't leave the premises with that. You be advised that somebody's talking to you. They see a little brown goblet on the side of your shoulder. You forgot. You wiped. So make sure you change your shirt if you leave. I'm thinking, why go spend $50? Why put $50 on the card? I'm gonna get some hand wraps. That was a jab you didn't see. That's good. I mean, it's not good not to see a jab. I'm saying on the video on the staircase, it wasn't directed at you. It was just available in the real world that is being recorded. It's available there. Can't be scared no more, man. I was tripping. I was like, why are you afraid to take challenges? You have to call 25 people. I have to call 25 people and tell them the same message. What's the same message going to call? Hello, I know trading. They're not going to pick up the phone if I'm telling them that. Hello, do you want to know about trading? You can just say that. Do you want to know about trading? They might say no. They'll probably pretend not to care. They'll probably, well, trading. And then later on they might go trading. But going through me, the trader, I don't know. Calling 25 people, picking up the phone, dialing numbers that you haven't dialed in a long time, and calling them mysteriously out of nowhere with what message? That you want to sell them some trading information that could make them millions, possibly if they work. If you work the trade, if you learn how to trade and you trade successfully, you can make $1 million in 1 year. You could trade successfully and make $1 million in 1 year. It's called aggressive trading. So what you do is you trade aggressively. That's what aggressive trading is. You find 3 or 4 penny stocks. You find currencies that are doing really little, and you buy small quantities of them, and buy it like a lot. Buy like a lot, and then tomorrow sell those currency quantities for a smaller amount in another currency. So if one currency is $25 worth, you go the next day and sell that currency for $50 worth of another one. But find one that's doing less than the one that you bought. than the one that you sold. Find one that's doing less. And then after you find the one that's doing less, buy more of that. As if you don't even see that it's doing less. You're saying, okay, it's going down. Let me buy more of that. Because tomorrow is going to be worth less. So let me save the value today. And then tomorrow, sell the value. So my volume increases. So I have more stocks, whether they're performing well or not. I have more than I started. I started out with one Pokemon card, and now I have 25. Now I have 50. I remember I sold my Pokemon cards, and my mother was like, "Don't sell those," and I was like, "Okay," and I went and sold them anyway, and she whooped me, dude. She was like, "Don't do that." And if I had kept those Pokemon cards, they would be worth a lot of money today. I'd be able to sell those Pokemon cards for a good amount of money. And then I probably would have gotten into other things that are valuable too, off of those Pokemon cards. Because you gotta understand, I started out with 0, but my friends gave me Pokemon cards. They gave me Pokemon cards. They gave me Pokemon cards. They're like, here, take these, take this one, take this one, take that. And then I would battle them for better Pokemon cards. And so at the end of the day, I had some pretty valuable Pokemon cards. Well, I had some pretty valuable Pokemon cards. And I mean, you can't imagine what I would have right now if I didn't sell those Pokemon cards to Marcelino. He bought all the Pokemon cards for like $5. And I thought I had cleaned up. I was like, man, I made $5. Because I was used to making no dollars. You see what I'm saying? If you ain't making no money and somebody buys something from you, you feel like a star. You feel like, man, I could do this all day. And you could if you had the products to sell that people wanted. That's what you have to establish, is the demand. But if you pretend that what's doing bad is actually doing good, then one day it'll actually start doing good. It'll actually start doing good. This isn't even funny. This is just me trying to tell you how to sell, because you got to call 25 people, and that sucks. You know what I'm saying? I got to call 25 people, and I don't ever talk to anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm calling them for what? To tell them that I have a sales pitch. So what do? I call them on the phone. I don't even understand what are you doing? You know what I'm saying?